Welcome back to another episode of Full Retard. Today I have a few questions from Am I the A-Hole on Reddit. First up is from Def_Baby456. And their question is, am I the a-hole for telling everyone exactly why I'm getting divorced? My ex and I have one child together. We found out during my pregnancy that our child would be deaf and wouldn't qualify for the surgery that some deaf people are able to get due to a combination of problems. While the external issue is a fluke, the internal issue is apparently something that I always had a 25% chance of passing down to a child. Not to toot my own horn, but once I learned this, I made an effort to start connecting with the deaf community in my area and learn American Sign Language. He did not. And while he stayed for the birth, he moved in with his brother right after, dropping me off at my home. I own the house, and did before I met him, so it's not part of the divorce. He was nice enough to give me 2 months' worth of a cleaning service and a gift card to Grubhub. Wow, this is a real knight in shining armor. He ended up telling everyone that I am the reason he doesn't see our child, and that I filed for divorce because I overreacted. The truth is that I have sole custody because he cried in court that he couldn't deal with the baby and wanted to just pay support. While I did file, it was because he abandoned me and said so many horrible things that I couldn't get over. I have text messages he sent me which say that he wouldn't have married me if he knew that we would produce problems, and that he couldn't handle raising a R-word. The only thing wrong with her is hearing. What a jerk. I don't want my child to grow up in a home where she's hated. Rightfully so. I was starting to hear all sorts of crap from my family and his, who started to take his side because divorce isn't really a thing here. So I took action. I made a social media post publishing the text messages so that people would finally see the truth. I'm now getting calls and messages for making a private issue public and parental alienation. Am I the a-hole? Not at all. In fact, you've used restraint. I've known people in similar situations that done a lot more than just post the stuff on social media. So the fact that that's all you did and did not make any attempts to just completely destroy this jerk's life speaks volumes about your character. Next up, we have one by Throw Array. Am I the a-hole for kicking my daughter out of my house and not wanting to see her again? When I was 16, my girlfriend got pregnant and her family sent her away. And I've had no contact with her or my child until recently when my daughter found me. I was excited to reconnect with her at first, but quickly found out she was carrying a lot of bitterness and resentment from lies that her mom's side of the family had told her. One lie that they told her was that I was the one who had run away after she was born. Another lie they told her was that they had been trying to reach out to me for years to get me to reconnect with her. The truth is, I was the one over the years who kept coming back, asking where they had sent her. Also, her personality is horrific. The first time she met my wife, she turned to me and said, "You left my mom for that? She's not that pretty." I wanted to cut off contact with my daughter right then and there, but my wife has actually been the one urging me to keep going. The last straw happened recently. She came to visit us at our house, and my wife made her lunch, and she kept criticizing everything. After lunch, she was walking around the house, and she saw a picture of our kids. We have 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls, who are all adults. But our first child, before those 4 were born, passed on when he was 4 months old, and we still have his baby picture there. She picked up the one picture and said, "You guys have a baby? Where is it? When he grows up, hopefully he doesn't inherit looks from your wife's side of the family." Damn, what a bee. My wife broke down, and by that point, I had just had enough of her whole attitude and comments and just bitterness. I told her that the picture she was holding was of our dead child, and her eyes widened, and she started to apologize, but I didn't want to hear it. I told her to get out and never come back. I don't want to see her again. She left a voicemail later trying to apologize, but I automatically deleted it. I'm just done. And I think my wife is too. She's in bed asleep right now, but she randomly wakes up and starts crying every now and then. Am I the a-hole? No, not the a-hole here. It sounds like, unfortunately, the daughter was raised to be a total douche. She's only 16. Maybe over the years she will grow up a bit, and maybe you can reconnect them. Well, that's it for this episode. Short, sweet, and to the point. Thanks for listening, and remember to like the video and subscribe on YouTube. This really helps us out. Subscribe to our podcast, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and don't forget to share us with all your friends.